Hello, everybody. Welcome to your daily pop of positivity. I'm so excited. I'm trying a new format with my old kind of studio equipment and better lighting. I was going to film outside, but guess what? It's 1,085 degrees. The second I went out there, I was like, oh, no, thank you. So, you guys, what I wanted to do in the daily pop is start to integrate a really cool thing where I talk about a particular crystal that I love, that I've just acquired, or that I think will be helpful. I also just got my nails did. Like, I couldn't do them anymore. I had so many layers of stuff on them, and I never have pink, so I thought it'd be fun. But you guys, I want to talk about Larimar because this has been so soothing and cool and calming to me. I reach for this every morning when I wake up. I just feel like it's instrumental in just like calming me, because Larimar is referred to as the Atlantis stone because it holds the ancient wisdom of this sunken city. It contains really super tranquil energy of the sea. It soothes tempers, fears, and stress. It's a super powerful activator of the throat chakra as well, which I always need because I speak so much, bringing clarity and truth to your communication. And it definitely guides you to speak openly from the heart and express what you hold inside. And this particular one I found amazing too, because as it goes up, these beautiful inclusions, it gets more kind of translucent up at the top, and it just looks like the different layers of the ocean. Remember I was talking about sneezing every time I do a read? Well, here we go. Oh my goodness. I swear, it's something that's been happening. I noticed the last 4 daily pops. I have something that's involved with my insides with this. And you guys, I want to share this funny thing that happened to me this morning. Like, I was going through something, and this popped up on my feed, and it was different ways of cooking things, and I had to say it over and over, and it was making me laugh. I was like, grate, grill, layer, level, melt, pinch, pour, scramble, serve, simmer, slice, spread, stir, taste, add, bake, blend, boil, bread, broil, chop, cut, dip, fry. And I got stuck in this like loop where I was trying to say it faster and faster, and it was cracking me up, and I was having the best time just playing with words, because one of my new areas of study I want to go into, and I'm going to devote some serious time to this, is communication, but also sound and pitch and how it affects our mood. Because I do notice something, and I studied a little bit on this with myself, because being an empath and also being a clairaudient, sound is everything to me, tone and pitch. And if I get overstimulated, it usually will have to do with sound. So there's certain sounds that just roll off the tongue and sound beautiful. I don't particularly, nor do people that are sensitive to sounds like hard S's or like hard T's. So instead of saying, like I'll come back to that, like how we can replace certain words. Like, I feel like anything that ends in ah or ooh or vowels is much more like soothing on the ear. That like just like skidoo, right? It's like the way it comes out more than skedaddle. It goes down and it's a harder L. And I was just doing all these things in the car, and I was like, it definitely does. Like, here's a difference. Let me know too what you think the difference of these two words, how they make you feel. Take that street. I'm going to waltz down this avenue. You see the difference with the hard T on street and the ooh on avenue? Like, vowels are very fluid and very calm. So one of my practices is going to be, because I speak so much and I have other people that listen, is how to acclimate my approach to my reads with as many soothing words as possible, so they just kind of glide, and also within my tone. Because I notice also the response of my animals and my family too. When you speak in there, it's fluid and it's calm, and I love that. So comment down below if you've ever noticed that about yourself, that certain vowels or certain ways people express the way they word themselves can be very soothing to you, or it can agitate you. Like, I know people with high-pitched laughs and voices, I have to limit my time with that kind of range, because it can grate on me and it can bother me, so I need to be careful of that. And that's, that's nothing negative if you have a high-pitched voice. We get what we get, but what I'm just saying is it can do something to sensitive ears. And again, we can also practice. I mean, I can have different ranges in my voice through practice as well. But getting back to what's going on today, I'm really excited, and I hope this comes out as visually appealing as I think it will. What I did is I went back to my A-frame where it holds the camera above the card, so you get this overall view. But of course, I'm so far away that it's like a weird thing. I'm actually standing while I'm doing this over the desk because I want to see how it's filming. But I love this because I've been watching a few videos where people have this approach, and I like the kind of the vision that it brings and the effect that it has. So let's talk about our daily pop when it comes to these three subjects. We have patience, we have family, and we have gratitude. This is everything. Let's start with patience, because whenever I'm in a patient mood, I can learn things better. I'm calmer. I don't get agitated in any way, shape, or form. And it can be, and I noticed this today too when I was driving home from the mall. Everybody had to turn the wrong way on this one street, which can waylay you for a while, and it can be irritating. And my old mood would be like, oh my God, what's going on? But I realized today, you have over half the day off to do whatever you want. You have all the time in the world. Why don't you use this time to meditate? Like, I catch myself and I reel myself back in from old behaviors of impatience back into patience. Like, what can I do that makes me feel good, that makes me feel like I have all the time in the world? And then I communicate that to others around me. In my eyesight, people walking by, I don't look agitated or crazy or like I'm going to set my hair on fire because I have to wait in traffic for 20 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird how we're conditioned to respond a certain way. So we're really going to plug into that. And this can be with family members too. If you have to be somewhere at a certain time and someone's trying to speak to you, all we need to do is have clear communication. Listen, I really want to listen to you and hear what's going on, but I have to be here in 5 minutes and I want to give you, my undivided attention, whatever it is, right? We all have the right to experience and express all our emotions whenever we want. And we also have the right to say yes to anything and to speak up or remain silent as we choose. Okay, and we're back. Speaking of that, I just had a really cool pause because my son brought in, I guess, what's called an Eastern black walnut, and it's growing in our garden now. I think that's why we attract all these wonker kadonker birds and all these crazy critters that come in. We have corn and sunflowers and all this stuff, and people think I live in the wild Midwest, and I live actually in a city of Stanford, but I just got a really kind of nice suburban acre of land over in a quieter area, which I love. It has all this great stuff. So again, you guys, just getting back to this, and I posted this thing on IG today, and it was everything. It was like all these little sayings, and I do this for myself, and I become more patient when I say these things. I have the right to maintain my interests, needs, and wants in relationships. I have the right to surround myself with positive people and situations. I have the right to be treated with dignity and respect. I have the right to ask for what I want and need. I have the right to be happy, play, have fun, and relax. And with that, we find it when we're patient with ourselves and we know we have enough time for everything. Like, I do not like to rush about. I feel like I miss things. I miss engaging moments with people if I'm rushing. I'm missing, all the beautiful nuances of nature. Like, for the longest time, I'm not kidding you, I pulled into beside our drive in the front of the house, and I didn't even know that the gents planted corn until they pointed it out to me, and I'm like, how am I missing that they planted all these awesome things? So I slowed down. And right now, and that's why I have all these blue stones around, because they're very peaceful and calm. Like, I love river jasper and blue chalcedony, blue sea glass. Blue stones really do it for me. Larimar too. They're great communication stones, but they're very peaceful. A lot of them carry that beautiful water energy of calm, protection, and like fluidity. I feel like it's a great flow state stone. So again, you guys, let's move on to family. Now, this is everything. We have so many crazy states of existence within our families, right? One moment we can be cohesive and fun and having a great time. Next, they can be a huge source of aggravation or interruption or whatever we think is taking place. But it depends on the moment and the headspace we're in. So that's why I feel like I love this patience card, because this is where we should be applying patience with them at all times. If people are seeking you out in your family for whatever advice, food, snackies, entertainment, whatever, it's like, take a breath and be like, how lucky you are that you have members of your family that you get to live with, live close by, and you get to spend time with, right? And this is another thing, how we gain patience. We have to carve out time for ourselves, time to be alone and time to decompress as well, right? And that's where this comes in. Let's have gratitude for everything around us, right? Let's have gratitude for the time we do get to spend on ourselves, and that we can love and accept ourselves unconditionally, and we can ask for what we need and it's going to come, and that we have this beautiful, rich intuition that helps us make good choices. As soon as I wake up, that's the switch I turn on gratitude. I'm like, hey, I have a coffee maker. How lucky am I? Hey, I have great cyber friends and real life friends I get to talk to and communicate at any time during the day. Hey, how lucky am I? I have a TV if I want to watch a funny show. How lucky am I? I have a car to drive somewhere, all of that. And it cycles me up. And I do, if I'm ever low, oh, hello, Kat, would you like to just take over the whole world? If I'm ever low, I give myself a little something to look forward to, a surprise. Like today, I have another Paolo Barbieri deck coming in, the Dragons deck, and I've been so excited for this. I found this months and months ago before it even came out and was published. So I'd been waiting, and then I missed the whole month of June is when it came out. So I was so excited to rerun into that. So I have so much gratitude, A, that I had the finances to buy that. Thank you, patrons. B, that I had a computer to browse around on, and a home to have it to be delivered to. Sometimes it is the bare basics that we have to start with. I love the crazy fun relationships I have kind of like all over town and with different people, and at the post office, we have the most awesome mailman in the world, all of these things. And it's like, I look forward to these interactions whenever they take place. And I feel good about my home and where I'm situated. And it all starts with this. Let's have patience for our day and how we want to progress. We don't need all the answers right now, right? This beautiful kind of gift of family, whether it is a cyber family and just, they don't have to be blood relatives, right? They can be our good, close friends, people we work with, people that we talk to on a daily basis. It really doesn't matter. And most of all, gratitude for our health, for how we're feeling. And I feel like gratitude is a huge healing thing. It's just like a big tourniquet on a broken arm or broken leg. It just holds us steady, and we're like, wow, look around this. I have running water. And I will look the opposites, end of the spectrum. So sometimes I get a wake up call, like people, I saw this thing the other day, it made me cry and laugh, and I was so happy. This lady basically got in an argument with her ex-husband, and she lived in, I believe it was in South America somewhere, and he got mad and he torched their whole house, which was just a simple hut anyway, but he torched everything and all their belongings. So this woman legit, and I don't know, it seemed like she had 3 or 4 children. They were rebuilding their house in kind of like the scrap way, just out of garbage and other things, everything they could collect. The community got together and contacted some people, and they literally built her a new house, delivered toys, and the kids never tried McDonald's. They delivered that. And I was like, it was so heartfelt and so beautiful and amazing, because I feel like there is so much beauty and magic in the world. When we plug into that and we see that, we're like, how lucky we truly are, and we realize, how blessed we are. And then we expand from there, and it's a really, really lovely way to view everything. So you guys, that's your daily pop. Let me know if you like this upper deck thing. I like it. I was watching Chloe and some other people, and I'm like, I like the logistics in that. And I just want to pull 3 more cards we can think about. And I'd like you to comment down below, if you can, on one of these. How one of these ever help you, or how you feel about that. Generosity, purity, or leadership. And just within generosity, I've always felt, and I think I was taught this through my mother and other relatives, so generous with everything, whatever they had, food, money, and everything, that I just thought everything was like a collective, like big, like garden, like everybody would contribute, bring, and pay around. And I just love that. And I remember one time my uncle came up to me, and I shared the story where he just said, your dad's amazing. He's like, well, my father had passed on. He's like, your dad's amazing. He's the first guy that just supported me on just wanting something. He's like, I really wanted this motorcycle, and your dad was like, well, I'll buy it for you. And I was like, what? And I thought that was so lovely, because it does make a difference in people's world when they really want something they don't have the finances for, and you do. Why not be generous, right? How awesome is that? And I always feel like that way. If I have a 10 or a 20 in my purse and I'm going through the drive-through, I know what it's like to work like that. That person's getting it as a tip. I mean, it doesn't matter if my PayPal's low or I don't have a lot. It always is returned to me, and we need to remember that when we are generous, the world is generous back with me, and back with all of us. And I love these cards. I love the vibrancy and the richness. So I just wanted to put a couple other ones to show you these images. I love, and this is actually a real horse without this unicorn. It is they call it the silver horse or the golden horse, and it shimmers. And I remember the first time I saw it on Pinterest, I was like, it looked like a fairy tale created creature. And I thought, oh, that is on my bucket list. When I have my farm in the Midwest somewhere, maybe Wyoming, I am going to adopt one of these horses, and a ton of like greyhounds that used to race. I'm gonna have everything on this farm. So I've got to start saving now, because I got to tell you, animal feed, once you start feeding one group of animals, the whole flock, the whole herd, the whole everything comes to you. I only have like one, I don't even know, I don't know really much acres. I guess it's like an acre. It's pretty good. But once I started feeding Merlin and moonbeams, all these other species of birds and animals showed up, and I'm like, I love it. They all love this Costco cat food, and I hope it has the stuff that these animals require, because everybody and his sister are coming over for dinner. They have, feast and fowl. It's like a lot of birds, but it's really cool. Blue jays and cardinals and squirrels and all these kind of critters. Woodchucks. I don't even know what that other thing is. Like I thought it was a beaver the other day. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think a beaver. Anyway, you guys, that is your Daily Pop Love and Light.